it's Lucy Kate and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, as the title states, I'm going to be introducing the products that I will use for my 2025 project pan journey. One thing I do want to quickly mention before we dive into the video is it has been extremely windy in Hawaii. We have been going through some really strong windy weather and my only chance to film is on Saturdays and Sundays. I'm gonna try and cut the wind sounds through background music and stuff, but bear with me. And I just really wanted to get this video filmed. When you guys are watching this video, it will be 2025, but we're actually still in 2024, so I am pre-recording this like I do with many of my videos. So I'm a few weeks still in 2024, but I just wanted to get this video filmed. I think I've mentioned in a couple of my December videos, but basically I really wanted to take the time to relax during Thanksgiving and the holiday season, which is why I ended up pre-recording a lot of my videos from the end of October to mid-November. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you the products that will be in my project pan journey for this year, and it's not really going to be an update. So some of the products I brought in from 2024, but it's not really going to be an update and more of just introducing each product. I decided to add more products this year just so there'd be more variety and I wouldn't get bored, and so I could really enjoy using the products more. So there is going to be a lot more products in each category. Seeing as I'm bringing a lot of products from 2024, this project pan will continue on from the same episodes, and all of the videos will be in a playlist which I will link down below. So if you want to see my project pan journey from the very beginning, definitely go check that out. And yeah, I think that's about it for things to explain. And as for my makeup, whenever I film a project pan video, I make sure to use my project pan products. So as I'm introducing the products, I will explain to you which products I use. Sorry, I turned off the light behind me because it was kind of distracting me, but we're gonna start off with, in my opinion, the most exciting part, which is the palettes. So to begin with, we have my main palettes from 2024, the BH Cosmetics 2019 holiday collection. This was the main part of my journey last year, and we still have them, but we have made lots of progress with them. So when it comes to these two, I'm determined to finish them this year. So first of all, we have the Nice eyeshadow palette, which I am using today. The Nice eyeshadow palette has 16 shades inside of it. It's a really basic wintry Christmas palette. At this point, I am pretty much out of inspiration. I just use it for the sake of it, if I'm completely honest, but I felt it was a really good eyeshadow palette to choose for my first ever project pan. As you can see, the pans are really small, so I felt that it would be such an easy palette to use up. And as you can see, I've hit pan in the majority of the shades. So like I said, today I am using this palette. I basically use Ginger Snap for my brows. I usually just draw my brows using either Ginger Snap or Cookie. And then for my eyes, I just did a little smoky eye. I did Cookie and Winter. So yeah, recently I've really been enjoying using black eyeshadow instead of liquid eyeliner as an eyeliner. So I'm probably going to be able to hit pan on Winter, the black shade, pretty soon. It's not going to be the main part of my project pan this year, but it's still included because I do want to hit pan on every single shade and use up the natural ones. I'm not aiming to use up every single shade fully, especially these red shades I don't see myself using up. Sometime this year I do plan on decluttering it once I feel like I've gotten a good use out of the neutral shades. Then there was the highlighter palette, which was part of this collection, the Let It Glow highlighter palette. I love this highlighter palette since the moment I purchased it. I love BH Cosmetics highlighters. Well, at least I used to. I haven't, purchased any of the new BH Cosmetics products, especially since they went bankrupt and they were purchased by Revolution. I haven't tried any of their new products, so I can't say anything about their formula now, but their previous formulas I really loved. Again, I am using this highlighter palette today. Today I decided to use Tinsel, the gold shade. So as you can see, it gives a really nice glow. absolutely love this highlighter palette, and I was really surprised that I wasn't able to finish it last year. So it really makes you realize just how much product there is in all of these makeup items that we have. As you can see, Sugar Cookie we're pretty much nearly done with, and then I managed to hit pan on all 4 shades last year. So it's really just a matter of time for this, and I know that I will definitely be able to use this up this year. So yeah, that was last year's main project, and then this year's main project are these 2 palettes right here. I've already introduced them technically in my previous videos, but this is going to be my main palette focus for 2025. So first of all, we have the Hanging in Hawaii palette. Again, this is another BH Cosmetics product. It has 16 shades on it, and it's all neutral. Nowadays I gravitate towards neutral eyeshadows anyways, so that's why I wanted my main palette to be something neutral based, something I can throw on when I go to the office. As you can see, it's just 16 shades of really natural colors, and then some pops of pink and shimmers. This kind of color range is what I gravitate towards nowadays. I don't really go out there and do really bold eyeshadows unless I'm filming or if it's a special occasion. So I'm really looking forward to diving into this palette. I first purchased this palette after my first vacation to Hawaii, and so I got it as kind of like a memory, and then I didn't really use it at all when I was in Japan, and then seeing as I'm living in Hawaii now, you know, there's not a better time to use it than now, so that's why I decided to include this one in. And we have another palette from BH Cosmetics, which is going to be my main palette of this year, and it's yet another one of their travel series. That's why it's the same size as the Hanging in Hawaii one. They're identical in size, but this one is not eyeshadows, it's face products. This one I actually purchased in Hawaii. I got it in TJ Maxx for really cheap price. I can't remember the exact price, but it was really cheap. It's not my favorite one out of all of them, I have to admit. It looks like this. So there's 6 shades inside. The top 3 are matte blushes, the bottom 3 are free highlighters. As you can see, for my skin tone, these are very dark, too dark for me, and the top 3 matte blushes are extremely pigmented. I do want to find a way to use all 6 of them. For example, I could use them as eyeshadows. I use the highlighters as eyeshadow toppers. I have hit a mini pan in the Athens shade, but yeah, I just want to use it up. They're not bad colors, it's just they're a little too dark for me. But I feel that seeing as I've really tackled into, you know, the BH Cosmetics palettes, I feel that BH Cosmetics would be an approachable formula for me to use up, and that's why it's the main part of my palette category at the project pan this year. And then finally, I did add an extra eyeshadow palette just in case I wanted to change things up. I think that's one thing I realized during my project pan for the first year in 2024 was there would be times where I would just be really uninspired and bored, and I wouldn't want to use the palettes anymore. So I decided to throw in a backup palette basically, and that palette is from Colourpop, and this palette is such an iconic palette. If you are a fan of makeup, especially Colourpop, you will know that this palette that I'm holding in my hands is a huge part of makeup history. Well, in my opinion it is, because it is the first ever palette that Colourpop created. For that, it's such an iconic palette. After filming, I decided that this palette, the Yes Please palette, seeing as it is the first palette by Colourpop, it's a little too sentimental for me to do a project pan on at this moment. So I decided to switch to a different Colourpop palette. Instead of the Yes Please palette, I decided that I'm going to be using the Dream Street palette, which is a collaboration with Kathleen Lights. Before I even started my project pan journey on YouTube back in 2024, I already was doing this behind the scenes in 2023. So I've already hit pan on 2 shades, and I decided that it's an easier palette to go through. Plus, I don't really mind letting go of it at this point. So the third eyeshadow palette is going to be part of the project pan 2025 is the Dream Street palette. That was the main part of the project pan in my opinion, just because I love eyeshadow palettes and I love using up palettes. But we are going to move on next to eyeshadow singles. So So when it comes to the eyeshadow singles, to be honest, they're not really like the exciting part of the project pan for me, but they are more of like a necessity and everyday use, because although I love eyeshadow palettes and I just showed you guys the eyeshadow palettes that I plan on using, there are days of course where I don't want to pull out a palette. There are days where I'm in a hurry and I just want to throw on one eyeshadow and be done. And for those days, that's where the eyeshadow singles really come in handy. So to begin with, we do have 2 eyeshadow singles from last year that I did make progress on, but I haven't finished using them, and that's why they're in the project pan again. First of all, we have Urban Decay Baked. So this is an eyeshadow single. When I first started my project pan journey in 2024, I had already hit pan on it, but as you can see, it's still lasting, you guys. I mean, I have hit a deeper pan compared to last year, January, but no way near finishing it at all. So that's why it's in the project pan, and there are days when I use it. So I know that I'll make progress, and I'm just really hoping I do use it up this year. It'd be really cool to see it finished. But I love the formula. I love Urban Decay formula. I think that this eyeshadow formula is really great, and it's the perfect one and done eyeshadow for me. The second one I have from last year's project pan is this one. So this is another ColourPop product. This is a Super Shock shadow in the ultra metallic formula. It's in the shade Puppuccino. When I first began the project pan in 2024, it was practically brand new. I got it, and because it was so cute and because it was dog themed, I felt that I didn't want to use it, and so I hardly used it at all. And then at the very end of 2024, I managed to hit a small pan, which I was super happy about. I was super happy to achieve this pan right here. Finally hit pan at the very end of the year, which was such an accomplishment, and I really think that I will be able to use this one up, because I do feel like Super Shock shadows, like the Super Shock formula, once you hit pan, it gets easier and easier to use it up. And I also need to hurry up because the formula is pretty much hardened at this point. It's not the creamy, you know, brand new Super Shock formula that it once was. But I know that alongside the Urban Decay one, these two are just a matter of I'll sometimes pull them in everyday makeup looks when I'm in a hurry. In a way, I know that I'll be able to use them up one day, but it's just a matter of when. And I decided to add another product this year to the eyeshadow singles category, and this is actually a liquid eyeshadow. This is not an old product. This one I believe I just got last year. Yeah, I think I got it in the beginning of last year or Christmas time 2023. And this is one of the only liquid eyeshadows that I own, but I'm not really a liquid or cream person. I know that cream blushes and like all these cream products have been in trend, but I do really like a matte finish. I do really like my powders. That's why there's not that many in my collection. I believe I reviewed this in one of my like trying J Beauty products sort of video. If I can find it, I'll link it. And this is one product that I didn't really like. For some reason, I haven't really had that much good luck with liquid eyeshadows, but I also think that my eyelids are the problem, or the way I'm setting my eyelids. But because this is a pretty neutral dark brown shade, you know, there'll be days where I will use it, and so I thought I may as well throw it in, because when it comes to liquids, they do expire. So although I have lots of like powder eyeshadow singles, I decided I should use up the liquid first, because you know it's more likely to expire and I don't want to waste it. And I thought maybe through this I can kind of like venture out and try more liquid products. Before we get into the face products, there's one more thing that I decided to add to my project pan, and that is this product right here. So as you can see, it is in Japanese, but this says eyebrow powder, and it's in the shade 02 natural brown. Basically it's just a mini eyebrow palette, so it has 3 shades inside it. I've actually used up one of these before. I decided to add this in because sometimes I don't really like using eyeshadow for my brows, and I feel that this matches my brows better and I'll be able to get a good use out of it. So this is another product that I decided to add in. So next up, we're moving on to the face product. So that's going to be highlighter, blush, and bronzer. And although eyeshadow palettes excite me the most, I have to admit that the category where I do see a lot of progress in is my face products. So first of all, we have highlighter, and we have a highlighter that is from last year's Project Pan, and that is the Colourpop Flexitarian. This one is gonna be finished really soon, I can tell. I think in my December 2024 Project Pan wrap-up video I did mention that it may or may not be gone by the end of the year. As you can see, we still do have it, although I am pre-recording a few weeks earlier than by the time this will be uploaded. It's probably not going to be gone by January. It's probably not going to be gone by the time you guys are seeing it, but I do think this one is gonna be gone very soon. Maybe the end of January/February is my guess, but I do think that Colourpop Flexitarian will be finished with soon. As you guys all know, this is one of my favorite highlighters. This wasn't the first one that I got. I've been through 4 of them. I think this will be the 4th one that I went through, just because it's my favorite highlighter ever. Really love it, and yeah, I didn't have any struggles using it up at all, because it's a product that I've consistently used since it was released. So since 2017 I've been using it, and it's a product that I know I'll repurchase in the future. So yeah, that's Colourpop Flexitarian. And next up we have 2 new products that we are going to add to the 2025 lineup. First of all, we have this highlighter right here. If you guys watched my 2024 Best of Beauty video, you may or may not have seen this. This is a Japanese product. It is from the 100 yen store in Japan, and it is a brand called Kou. And this highlighter specifically is in the shade 01 Gold Light. I actually received this in the beginning of 2024. I reviewed it on one of my J Beauty haul videos. I think it may have been the same video as that liquid eyeshadow I just showed you. From the moment I tried it, I was absolutely amazed at the quality, the amount of glow this highlighter gives. This truly is a blinding highlighter. This is your traditional OG Beauty Guru 2016 sort of highlighter shade, which is why I love it. I think this is my second favorite highlighter in my collection, no jokes. Colourpop Flexitarian has always been my #1 highlighter, but this one really came in at the same level as Flexitarian. That's how much I really love it. Funnily enough, I was using this product for my 2024 beauty favorites Get Ready With Me, and when I was using it, that was the moment where I literally just hit pan on it. This product, there's not that much inside. It's a really thin layer that once you've hit pan, it's a type of product that you're just going to be able to use up really easily. You can't really complain because this is only 100 yen. In the current dollar rate, that's 70 cents, maybe less or more by the time I'm filming, I don't know. But it's really cheap. So for it to last, this long and to have this much product anyways is amazing. And although it's a highlighter I love, because it's going to be such an easy one to use up, I just thought may as well throw it in. And I do actually have other shades from this brand, so I do have more in stock for backup. So I just thought may as well use this one up and enjoy it while it lasts. And then the final highlighter product we have, this one I was planning on putting in the Project Pan for a while, and that is this one right here. This is another iconic product in my opinion. This is the Unicorn's Heart Rainbow Highlighter from the brand Makeup. This is Makeup Revolution, right? I think it's a spin-off brand. I love Makeup Revolution. I'm not sure if it even exists anymore. I would see these heart-shaped products everywhere. So they had baked blushes, baked bronzers, baked highlighters. I always wanted them, but I could never find them anywhere in Japan. And then I ran into it and I bought it, and I wasn't able to use it. I just thought, it's time to use it. So as you can see, it is a literal rainbow. It's a baked highlighter. I personally really liked baked products, by the way. I love baked highlighters and blushes, and I love the shimmer it gives. And this one is a really glowy highlighter. So you have the choice of using all of the shades, of mixing them, or just using one side. But I just thought now is the time to use it up, because although it was really cute, I just feel like I don't really need to keep this in my collection anymore, and so I plan on using this throughout 2025. So I wanted to throw in an everyday sort of contour / bronzing product, and so I threw in this product right here. This is another product that I've just introduced to you guys in my 2024 beauty favorites. When I first started the Project Pan journey last year, I really thought it was about using up the old products decluttering them after finishing it, but I think I've kind of switched my mindset from the past year. Yes, the majority of the products that are in my project pan are old products that haven't received enough love, that I want to use up before, you know, I declutter them or they expire. But at the same time, I want to enjoy doing this project, and I want to actually include products that I know I'll use every day. This is a perfect prime example of a product that I'd use every day. This was my favorite shading powder from last year. I really love it, and I just feel that it's the sort of product I want to put in the project pan because I know I'm going to use it so often and I know I'll see the results, so it kind of motivates you. At the same time, although this was my favorite product, one of my favorite products from 2024, if I'm completely honest, when it comes to bronzers and like contouring powders, there's not a huge difference in formulas. Like, there's only a certain extent where you can get a difference in formulas, and so even if I use this up, I have the choice of repurchasing it again or just getting another bronzer that's out there because there's so many. So that's why I decided to include this. This is a K-beauty product. This is from the brand Rom and in the shade 04 Cacao Green, and I believe you can buy this off like Yes Style and other sort of Asian beauty websites, or I don't know, maybe they ship directly to the US. But yeah, Romand is a pretty popular K-beauty brand, and it's a shading powder I recommend. I really love it, and I'm gonna enjoy seeing if I can use it all up throughout the year. I just love talking about makeup so much. I noticed I've probably been talking for like over 30 minutes now, which is crazy, about these products. I am going to cut it down for you guys. But next up we have the blushes, and I have 3 blush products that I plan on using for 2025. So first of all, we have my continued project from 2024, and that is this blush right here. This is from the brand You Can Be. This is another 100 yen store product from Japan, and this is a baked blush. It's in the shade PK1. As I just said, I really love baked blushes, and as you can see, I've already hit pan, and I am going to finish this within this year. That I know for sure. I've already used up one of these products before. That one was like more of like a bronzer shimmery shade, and they're pretty easy to use up because they're from the 100 yen store. They're very small products. There's not that much product inside, and I do use pink blush nearly every day. I'm even using it today actually on my cheeks, so it's only a matter of time before I use it up. So this is a continued project, and I decided to throw in the other one I had from this brand. So I have another one, and this one is in the shade 01 instead of PK01. This is another baked blush from them, but this is what it looks like practically brand new to how my previous one is. So as you can see, this one I've hardly used. Colors, to be honest, are really similar, so that's why I added this in as a backup for when I finish using the first baked blush, and just because they're easy ones to go through, I decided to add this one in as well. Although these baked blushes are really cute, as you can see, the packaging is cheap, so the lid has broken off, and although they're cute, they're not the type of products I need to like save in my collection forever, because I do have quite a lot of basic pink blushes, and so I just need to start using them up so I can make room for more. One more blush product I decided to add in, and that is this one right here. So this is a BH Cosmetics product, and this one is called the Honolulu Hideaway Duo Cheek color. So they had this like floral blush series, and like I believe that all the shade names were like different destinations, kind of to go with like their travel series as well. And you guys know why I got this one. It's because it's Honolulu, Hawaii, and that's why I got it. It's a really beautiful product actually. If you take a look at it, there's some flowers embossed inside, and there's 2 shades, Barbie pink one, and there's a more neutral pink one, but then it has these gold speckles inside, and then you even have a mirror, so it's like the perfect compact to take around with you. So like even if I use this up in the future, I see myself keeping the packaging as a compact mirror, or you could even put in like a different product inside. But yeah, I decided to add this one in as well because I'm using that Hanging in Hawaii palette by BH Cosmetics. I thought to go with the Hawaii theme, seeing as I'm currently living in Hawaii, why not, you know, use them while I'm here? So that's why I decided to add this one in as well. One category I decided not to continue for 2025, and that is the fragrance slash spray category. So I was using a Bath & Body Works fragrance mist, and I used that up throughout 2024. For 2025, I didn't feel there was any fragrance mists or sprays that I wanted to bring in. Who knows, I may add products midway through the year, but as of now, there's no fragrance mists or sprays. And I am bringing back one product for the complexion category. So in the very beginning of 2024, I had the complexion category. I had a foundation and a powder, which I successfully used up. And I wasn't planning on having this category for this year. But then I found one of these products when I was shopping my stash. And that is this right here. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer in the matte formula. I did purchase this a couple of times back when I was living in Japan. I purchased it through Beauty Bay, and I went for a couple of them because there's not that much inside. And I still had one in my collection. To be honest, I don't use this nowadays. I was like, okay, let's use this up and see how it goes. So that's why this is in the Project Pan 2025. There's not that much product left, I think. So I think I'll be able to use this up in, let's say, by spring maybe. I'll probably be able to use this up. And then we have the very last category, which is lips, and I believe I have 9 lipsticks for my 2025 project pan, which is a stark difference to what I was doing last year. So what I did last year was I had 1 neutral lipstick and 1 colorful lipstick, and then, you know, it was basically like 2 or 3 lipsticks in rotation. It wasn't really going well. Like, I wasn't really using the products as quickly as I expected. And it's also really surprising because I used to go through lipsticks really quickly. I don't know why, but the one step of my makeup routine that I forget or like can't be bothered to do nowadays is lipstick. I know that sounds crazy. Like, I do my eyeshadow, I set everything, and then I don't apply lipstick. I think it's because I drink coffee while I'm doing makeup. And so in my head, it's like, I don't want to put on lipstick while I'm still drinking coffee. And then before I leave the house, like, I'm so busy, like, getting the dog, you know, settled and, like, you know, getting my bag ready and, like, doing all these things that I forget to apply lipstick. And then by the time we arrive at the office, whenever we arrive at the office, what I do first is I put my bag down and I go get coffee. So it's like, in my head, I kind of feel like, what's the point in applying it if it's just going to keep coming off because I drink so much coffee all day? And it's crazy because back when I was in college, like, I would never, like, go out without lipstick. Like, I would keep reapplying lipstick. Like, after every lecture, if I drank some coffee or water, I would reapply my lipstick, but I just forget to nowadays. I really didn't go through my lip products as quickly as I would hope. But I also feel that I was kind of getting bored of them as well. And so that's why I decided to add 9 lip products. We're going to start off with last year's continuation. We have the ColourPop lip gloss in the shade Moonchild. So in my last Project Pan wrap-up video last year, I think I said that this will probably be gone by the end of the year, and I'll quietly finish it off camera. However, it is still here. We're pretty much nearly done with it though, so I'm very proud of my progress. It's still here, but I know it's really hard to show you guys when it comes to like these glosses, but when I try to grab some products like this, like hardly any comes out anymore. So even though it looks like this product, there's hardly any. So I think probably January, February, this will be finished with finally. So yeah, that is the Moonchild gloss. This one has been there from the very beginning, since January 2024 when I first started my project pan. And although I used up the other lipstick that I introduced at the same time, this one I've hardly made progress on. This is a Revlon Balm Stain Lip Color crayon in the shade 05, so it's like a purpley shade, and I'm actually using it today. I decided to switch how I used it, so before I just apply it all over the lips and it would turn out really purpley, like literally how this shade is. Nowadays I just apply a little, and then so I just apply like that, and then I sort of like dab it, and then it turns out to be more of like a natural mauvey pink shade, and it's less overwhelming than what it looks like. So I'm trying to use it more often, using this sort of like dabbing technique and making it more natural, I guess. So yeah, I really want to finish this one this year because, you know, it's been in my collection for so long at this point. The last addition to last year's 2024 Project Pan lipsticks was this one right here. So this is another ColourPop product. It's a lippy sticks, and this is in the shade Lumiere. It's a matte formula, and this one is another Kathleen Lights collab, as is the Moonchild one. And this one, the reason why I decided to add it in is because, one, I wanted to add another neutral mauve tone shade, and also because the lippy sticks are really old. My lippy sticks are super old. I just feel like I want to use them up, but at the same time I didn't want to declutter them because they're kind of sentimental, but I do want to use up these lippy sticks. And again, the Lumiere one, it looks really mauvey and purpley. If you were to apply this, well, for my skin tone, if I was to apply this all over my lips, it turns out to be a really dark purple. So what I do with this is I only apply a little and then I dab it on my lips. And to be honest, these two actually end up being pretty similar shades, the Lumiere and the Revlon. So that's 3 products from last year, but to kind of switch things up and add more to my collection, I have 6 products that I'm gonna use throughout this year. First of all, we have one red lipstick because I really wanted to add a red lipstick in this Project Pan. Red lipsticks have always been a staple in my makeup looks. Even though I'm pretty basic nowadays, like I just have natural eyeshadow, natural lips. I mean, I say natural, but I bet that like some of you don't think this is natural, but to me this is natural compared to my old makeup looks. But red lipstick is always such a go-to. Like I love like a classic like red lipstick, bold eyeliner, brown eyeshadow, sort of like old Hollywood look. And so I wanted to add a red lipstick in my collection. This is embarrassingly, I think, the oldest lipstick that I have in my collection. It's a Maybelline product and it's in collab with Gigi Hadid. So if you guys remember this collab, you will know that it's a pretty old one. But it's just a basic red lipstick. It's a really easy going formula, I'd say. It's not like a really matte formula that dries your lips. At the same time, unlike a liquid lipstick, it's easier to reapply throughout the day and it doesn't get messy. So I just decided to put this one in, so then I have a red lipstick to use throughout my Project Pan. For the neutral category, seeing as I tend to go through neutral lipsticks more quickly, I have another one of these Revlon crayons. This one is in the shade 01, and this one is a really natural pink shade. Like practically barely there kind of like color. So this one will be really easy to use up. And then another one that'll be really easy to use up is a NYX Butter Gloss. I love the Butter Glosses. I know that they've come out with so much more new stuff, and like not just the butter glosses, but in 2024 they came out with the buttermilk blushes and bronzers, which went viral. I still haven't tried them, but I do need to get my hands on them. Like I'm so obsessed with them. I'm so obsessed with NYX recently. I just feel that NYX releases really good products. I love the butter glosses, and I have a couple in my collection in different formulas, like metallics and some regular glosses. I used up quite a lot of it and it's nearly finished, so I thought, why not add it in? So they smell so good as well. So this is the butter gloss in the Vanilla Cream Pie series, and I love them. And seeing as it's nearly finished and it's easy to repurchase, I thought may as well throw it in. Now we have 2 more colorful or like adventurous shades, let's just say, that I added in. So we have another lippy sticks because, as I said, my lippy sticks are old, they don't smell good, well, they never smell good, but I just want to use them up. So this one is in the shade Ziggy. It's also a matte formula, and this one is one of those like brick brown shades. I just thought it would be fun to have this one in my collection because all of the lipsticks in my Project Pan series are like either pinks or mauve tone shades. And so just to switch things up, I added that red lipstick and then this shade as well. I think this will take some time to use up though, because I don't see myself like gravitating towards it in an everyday makeup look, but it's there as an option. And then another one, this is one that I just added in because it's pretty old and I should declutter it, and I used up quite a fair bit of it. This is a ColourPop metallic glass, and oh my gosh, this is so nostalgic. This is another nostalgic piece of ColourPop history in my opinion, but this is part of a limited edition series that they did. Sorry, I just love talking about ColourPop and makeup history, but this was part of their 5-year anniversary, and basically depending on how many dollars you spent, you would get a free gift. I think what I got was I got a Super Shock blush. I'll have to insert a picture, I don't have it now anymore, and I got this metallic gloss, and it's in the shade 9 to 5 because it was a 5-year anniversary, and so it is very sentimental in that way, but it's not something I need to keep in my collection. And this one I used to love. I loved it for a while when I first got it. It's a really gorgeous color actually. It's a purple gloss, but it has gold speckles in it, and it's just so stunning. It's stunning for like holiday events, and I really loved it. But at the same time, as you can see, it's pretty old and I've used up quite a lot, so I decided to add it in. That is it for today's video. I have talked for so long, I probably have had to like edit this video down, but I just love talking about makeup. So yeah, that is it for my 2025 Project Pan introduction video. Thank you so much if you tuned in till the end, and if you guys are starting a Project Pan journey this year, or if you are on a journey, please let me know the products that you're going to be using for this year, products that you've used up, or any thoughts and feedback in general. So it's always fun to connect with you guys, and if you haven't already, please go check out my Project Pan playlist, and hopefully I will be back with an update. I'm assuming February or March I will probably have an update, especially if I've used up the gloss products. Like if I've used up a product, I'll definitely have to come on here for an update. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm so sorry about the strong wind. Comment down your thoughts and opinions. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!